Mexico City. This is Race Week Wrapped. Welcome to round 2 of Formula E. And it's going to be an incredible weekend. If Sao Paulo's anything to go by, it'll be fast, it'll be furious and filled with drama. But first, we're going to head out on track walk to chat with some of our drivers. Let's go! Can I talk to you? Can we have a chat?
Yeah, sure.
What do you want to chat about?
Oysters.
You're going to make me all clammy, Robin. That's about. Did you get the joke? Clammy?
No.
Clammy?
No.
Robin, welcome back to Mexico City. Where's the dive bombs going to be this race?
Well, I can't tell because Val's not a diver anymore. So
Oh.
It needs to be a surprise.
Could they be somewhere different to where they were before because of attack mode now?
I'll make sure of that, yeah.
You're gonna cause some trouble.
Let's say I'm finishing second many times. And the last win I had was a long time ago, as I noticed on Formula E Instagram post.
A little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, mate.
It's painful. Anyways, so if I'm P2 and P1 is just ahead, like I had basically an Portland with Antonio, I will not finish P2.
Strong words, Robin Prines. I'm excited to quote this back to you in your winner's interview. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Or in the hospital.
Let's not do that again. We don't need any more surgeons visiting the track.
We have a good hospital here, I noticed. Very well.
Thanks, Robin. Cheers. I was reflecting on my favourite Mexico memories. One of the ones I really loved was your first ever Formula E race here.
I'd come out of Formula 2 before, so I was used to having a 2-second gap to the car behind and, I could relax, speak to the engineer if I wanted to, look around, look at the TV. All of a sudden I arrive here and there's 22 cars within 4 seconds. I've got Andre Lotterer crashing into the back of me at every single hairpin. My engineer's telling me you need to do this, you need to do that, switch changes, do that. I finished the race and I don't even, when they say you sound sometimes on the road, like you don't remember driving to a place. It was like that. I didn't remember doing the race. I did the debrief afterwards and I was like, I can't actually remember what happened.
Best of luck, Jake. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Formula E's youngest podium sitter. Has that got old yet?
Definitely not. I think it only just set in really around Christmas time because at the weekend it still didn't feel real.
How are you feeling about coming to Mexico? Do you know this track? Have you been here before?
I don't know the track, but I've never driven here before. I've actually never been in Mexico, so
Oh, welcome to Mexico.
thank you. I've heard the fans are pretty special, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that as well.
Have you met any of the fans? Have you heard from anyone who's coming to the race yet? Is there going to be a giant Taylor Barnard head in the crowd?
Oh, potentially. I've had a lot of messages on Instagram and Sam's told me all about them, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Best of luck, Taylor. Thank you, mate. So we're about to head into the stadium section. It's so iconic, and for real, it looks mega this weekend. Problem is, I've been told they're doing a podium rehearsal, so if you hear us shouting over the music, I'm sorry, we'll get through it. Let's go. How was your winter, your little ski trip?
Yeah, it was very nice. I've been asked about it a lot, and I have posted 0 to social media. So it means people I'm with obviously post too much, right?
This is Jake's fault entirely, basically.
Yeah, obviously the Porsche is quite strong, so it's the perfect place to take him, a few drinks to get a bit of information.
Bring him down a notch or two.
Just information grabbing.
How are you feeling about Mexico City? It's a track you like, obviously, with your history here.
Yeah, it's a track I like. I think it's a track which everyone enjoys. The stadium, what we just walked through, is pretty special. Yeah, I expect to see full grandstand, big race, and yeah, hopefully we're obviously our first points of the season.
Cheers, Jake. Best of luck, mate.
Thank you.
Welcome to race day. It's the one we've all been waiting for. It's been raining overnight. The fans are starting to arrive. The atmosphere is amazing. And I've got my trusty mini mic to go out and ask them some questions about what we can expect from today here in Mexico City. Ka-chow. Sambird? Yeah. So this is Sambird's dog?
Yeah.
We've got to get Sam to sign the dog. Okay, tell me, who is your favorite driver?
Oh, of course, Sam Bird. I have a good feeling for him today
Oh, you do? Why today?
because it's Mexico. Mexico never disappoints.
Ain't that the truth? So who's your favorite team?
Maserati.
No. Really?
Yes.
And why do you like Stoffel?
One, he's handsome and his drive is amazing and I love him.
Thank you so much. Have a great birthday. You heard it here first, all right? You heard it here first. Okay, firstly, the backpack. Show us.
yeah.
Show us. Ka-chow! Which driver do you think is most like Lightning McQueen?
Nick DeBruce.
If one driver here was Lightning McQueen, ka-chow! Which driver do you think would be?
Pascal Berlin would be McQueen.
Have I done it? Yeah, good? Yeah. Can I go home now? Altitude here is no joke. I ran for like 20 seconds and I'm really out of breath. If that's how hard I found that, and I do run, I hate to think how hard it must be for them trying to do laps around here. It's crazy high up here. Who do you think is going to be world champion this season?
I don't think Taylor is gonna win yet. Yet, maybe Jake Dennis.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe Jake or Pascal. I mean, I think
Which Jake?
Pascal will. Dennis, of course.
Who is your favorite Formula E driver?
My favorite Formula E driver is Norman Nato.
And is this a Norman hat you've got?
Yes, and I have a...
How sick is that, by the way? Did you make this?
Yes, with my sister.
Insane. Hang on. I think this is unreal, guys. It's got to go on the ground.
I'm a huge fan of McLaren, and this is my first E-Prix ever, so I'm really excited.
Who's going to win the race today?
You know, Pascal Warner.
Who is your favorite team? Because I see Split.
Yeah, I know, but my heart is with Porsche.
Don't tell Nissan. Don't tell Nissan. Right, that's qualifying done. Let me put on my best newsreader impression. Here are your headlines. Sorry, I'm not going to stick with that. But what you do need to know, Pascal Wehrlein is on pole position. It's an all Porsche lockout on the front row for the first time in Formula E. But there was real drama kind of up and down the grid. A surprising day for the Jaguars because Nick Cassidy had his lap time deleted, which put Jev into the duels. And suddenly, he's starting on the second row of the grid. I mean, what a day for the Frenchman. And he's really good at just kind of sneaking in for a podium. Definitely one to watch in the race. Who else you need to know about? Taylor Barnard got a podium last time out, basically starting at the back of the grid. He is not going to be happy with that. And the two envisions really similar issues. Sebastian Buemi got into the duels, had his lap time deleted, and is now starting at the back of the grid. So, plenty of drama, plenty to talk about. The autograph session is just starting, so we'll go and have a chat with some of the drivers, see what they have to say. Edo, I've got to know, your table is significantly higher up than everybody else's. Is this your plan to establish dominance over the entire field already?
Exactly.
Happy days. What is this?
It's supposed to be me and my helmet. What I find actually quite interesting is that they try to replicate my helmet, and my helmet now is actually quite complicated to replicate. So, good effort.
Well, you did very well with our bold predictions last time. You actually predicted yourself to get points.
Yeah.
Would you like to have another go?
Yeah, let's say that one of the two cars will finish in the points.
Edo, we had this discussion last time. That's not bold.
Well, both cars in the points, like last time? What do you think, Nick?
We need a bit more luck for that, I think. Here.
Yeah, but why not?
First top 10 start in Formula E. How's that feeling?
Feels good. I mean, a bit of a mistake from my side in quali in the last corner, so we could have been in the duels, but I mean, it's a lot better than Brazil, so I'm happy.
Hey, don't be so humble. We're trying to give you a moment, man, here. We do one thing. We want your bold prediction for the race.
I'm the winner. I'm going to win, so no.
Is that your bold prediction, huh?
That's very bold. 4 safety cars.
Bold prediction. I like it. Okay, thank you, Zane. Sam, I'm going to dive in here very quickly. We got to go. Birthday review. How was it?
It's always lovely spending my birthday at the NH Hotel in Mexico City. It's what dreams are made of.
What, with mariachi band included?
That was cool, but I am pleased to be out in Mexico City. The fans here are incredible, and hopefully we'll have a good race this afternoon.
Thank you, Sam. Jake, before I ask you any serious and legitimate questions, would you mind holding the microphone for me, please? What are your thoughts on Big Jake, Little Jake, Cardboard Box? Big Jake, Little Jake.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. Thoughts on Big Jake?
I'm not happy on the filter. I look a little bit yellow, so...
No, it's just giving you a nice glowy tan.
Glowy tan. I look like the Simpsons.
What would be your bold prediction for the race today?
Someone not on the front row to win the race.
What? Does the name begin with J and then surname begins with D?
I mean, if I win from 7th, I've had an incredible race. But yeah, track position is so important here. It's very, very difficult to overtake. So honestly, if I finish inside the top 5, I'll be leaving here very happy.
All right. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Ollie, it would appear that you've been introduced to Formula E's new friend, Mr. Simi.
Give me this little, what is it?
I was about to say I think it's you, but that's not a particularly complimentary thing to say.
That's not very nice, is it? I just realised he's got Norman Nato's name on it. It's not actually me. They're both Norman Nato. The number 1 guys, they always get the special treatment.
Have you got a bold prediction for us today?
Bold prediction? Norman is going to finish in the top 6.
I like it.
From the back.
I am now part of your security team, Antonio. Does that fill you with joy or fear?
I feel super safe.
I know. I have a yellow belt in Taekwondo, so not to show off.
Everybody walked right.
Look at this. Scary face, huh?
So you're out of a job, man.
How are you feeling, Antonio, after that quali session? Now you've had a bit of time to decompress.
No, I'm happy. Obviously, it's front row is always nice, but also when you when you get so close to a pole position and then you kind of miss out, it sucks. And you know, we had everything to do it, to be honest. And yeah, I mean, it's still a learning curve with these tires. I think the car went towards a direction that we didn't really want. So yeah. Anyway, at least we lost it to the teammate, and the teams won too. So we can get a good result from there. Hopefully.
Hey, you can do some little tag team, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah, hopefully.
Any bold predictions for the race?
Rain is coming.
That's very ominous. Do you like rain?
I love the rain, but yeah, I'll stay with that comment. I love the rain.
Jeff, I don't know if I should interview you or your new counterpart.
Me.
He might talk to me more than sometimes you feel like doing. Are you feeling really happy, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I mean, you know, it's everything is to do in the race. You know, you got the points at the end of the race.
Can you chuck me a bold prediction? Something crazy that you think might happen in this race?
That I win.
I love it! I love it! This is the grid in Mexico City. You won't see it from this end, but up at the front, round Pascal Wehrlein, you can't even move. It's absolutely rammed. We are heading down to see something that doesn't usually belong there. Nick Cassidy, Jaguar TCS Racing. Let's go see what James Barkley has to say about this, I think.
Yeah, it's not a normal place we want to be, but no, unfortunately we had a legality issue in qualifying, not something we actually gained any performance from. If anything, we lost performance from it, but Nick did a brilliant quali to go second fastest, and he was in really good shape. So it's a long season, and as we showed in Sao Paulo, you can never give up in Formula E. You've got to push whenever you can.
Hello, Dan. How are you?
Medium. I'm okay, yeah.
Can you have some fun with attack mode today?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to overtake unless you're in attack mode, but I mean, to get to the points from here is going to be a challenge, but we'll see. It's better than it was last year. I mean, last year I'd be going backwards, so.
Can we expect some shenanigans at turn 1? Do you think that'll be the case today?
Yes, yeah, I think there will be.
Also, I like the spot that you've sat yourself in. You're like, yeah, anyone want to hang out, take a pic?
Nowhere else to sit, so.
Wait, no, so this is just laziness, it's just finding a good seat?
Yes.
Right, we're walking back down the grid. We went to see Jaguar, we saw Taylor Barnard at the back. You know who we're going to look at right now? Maserati MSG Racing. Because, to be honest, with DS Penske being so high up the order, I'm not sure the team are going to be super, super happy with starting, well, frankly, this far back. We're here at the sharp end of the grid. I've got Jean-Eric Verne next to me. I've got Antonio Felix Acosta, the man in second place. And, of course, Pascal Wehrlein's on pole position. He scored 6 points just through qualifying alone. He hasn't even finished a race yet. How insane is that? He is the man that knows how to win in Mexico City. Okay, we're actually getting hurried off the grid. We need to go because the race is about to begin. You've had a minute to breathe. How do you feel?
It's emotional, you know, you put a lot of work and effort into being here and trying to win every weekend, and this happens once in a lifetime, or maybe twice at most. So yeah, to win in Formula E and win in front of this crowd is just, I've been dreaming of this since I started Formula E, so I'm really pleased.
And we just saw you take a picture with your team. Can you give us a word for them as well? Because that strategy was so important today.
Yeah, they work extremely hard to give me a good car, you know. Nissan are really on the up, and what we've been able to do the last season and a bit has been incredible, and yeah, massive credit to them. They put the investment in, they put the hard work in, and it's paying off.
I think there's a crowd behind you that would like a wave. Thank you so much, Ollie. We're now on the stage, on the podium, doing interviews with just on Oliver Rowland. The fans are loving him, which is great to try and get the Costa. I just look at his fans. So lucky to do this. Right, race is Done. And I know I was dramatic after Sao Paulo, like, what a race, that was insane. This is equally as dramatic because it kind of came out of nowhere and to be a real good one.
It did. I came into this weekend certain that we'd see another Porsche at the top step of that podium, but Ollie Rowland pulled that incredible last stint out of the bag to put Nissan Power on top.
Well, let's not talk about it too much because I want each of us to pick a talking point from that race and we'll go through it in a bit of depth. Jonas, on the spot, which one are you choosing?
I'm going to go for the Where Were Jaguar one. Because
very good.
Nick Cassidy, we've said this before, was the first driver that we saw in Sao Paulo to do the attack mode and make up so many places, and we were like, wow, this new attack mode with the power and with now the all-wheel drive is just incredible. He had a completely different strategy. I think he waited till lap 26 or 27 to have his first attack mode, but where was he? He finished 14th in the end, and I mean, no one can really get to the bottom of that. And then obviously Mitch Evans, who won the last race, crashed out, and Jaguar go home incredibly unhappy after being pretty happy last time out.
It's true, yeah. I mean, I spoke to Mitch in the media pen after the race. He was already out of team kit, backpack on, ready to go home. Said that he thought Nico Müller had a cutout in front of him, which is what led to the collision. Nice. But yeah, super unlucky for them. But I will say with Cassidy, you know, at least he made up some positions from right at the back of the grid. It is a really difficult track to overtake on here, even with something like attack mode. But yeah, not the weekend Jaguar would have wanted.
I actually want to pick up on that. Shout out to Nico Müller. Okay, the points and result doesn't really show how well he drove in that race, but the work he did with Jake Dennis to keep Pascal behind, and yeah, really impressive. Right, second talking point.
Let's leave it back to Ollie Rowland, because that's such a feel-good story. I'm really pleased for him. Obviously, he had that win at the end of London, but Sao Paulo was such a disappointment for him with the penalties. You know, he's said so many times he could have quite easily won that race, and I agree with him. So it's nice to see that he has been rewarded, and I'm just so excited to see Nissan back up at the top and really giving a fight to Porsche.
I have to say, I feel we're seeing the best version of Ollie Rowland right now. We know he's been an amazing driver in everything he's driven in, especially in Formula E, coming in after a 6-month break last season and smashing out wins. I think now, as I say, we're seeing the best version of him. We know he's moved to the Middle East, he's running in 41 degrees, he's working on his weight, he's been very open about struggling to keep his weight down and wanting to be a little bit leaner because every little bit of weight matters in these cars. And I think now he just looks more chilled. We know his family are happy and he's happy. And I think that it's just, you know, this is going to be a huge boost for him. And he's going to be in this title fight as he was last year. And hopefully he won't miss any races and we'll see him right to the end.
Right, I'm chucking in my point because as much as it was very impressive what Ollie Rowland did, it was even more so the fact that he did it on a track where Porsche have always dominated. We came into this weekend expecting them to dominate. It looked like they would after qualifying. Pascal Wehrlein on pole, Antonio Felix da Costa in second. But just that beautiful strategy play from Nissan pipped them. We can't write off Porsche though. What, they still got a double podium. They're first in the Gen 3 Evo era. Tell you what, that looks like a force to be reckoned with, certainly for the team's championship.
Yeah, also a first podium for Pascal and Antonio together, which seems absolutely balmy because they've been teammates for 2 years now, but it's either one wins or the other, it seems to be. But yeah, a really good showing from Porsche. And also have to shout out Pascal's side of the garage. They've rebuilt that car from Sao Paulo, and the fact that it performed so brilliantly this weekend, obviously got the pole position and then the podium, fantastic job from them, so I'm sure they'll be pleased.
I'd say huge things to shout out for me is Pascal getting back in this car, having had that horrific accident, having suffered for a couple of weeks afterwards, to put the car on pole position and then finish on the podium again. I know he loves this track here, but you've got to think that even a driver that will put on the bravest face will be a little bit affected by going upside down and sort of hanging there for a little while. So shout out to him for that. Also Antonio Felix da Costa, who we know kind of struggled at the start of last season. Second place, Mr. Consistency, top of the championship so far, going into Jeddah. I mean, there's nothing to be unhappy about at Porsche, as we just saw as we walked over here now, as they're taking a big team photo and having huge celebrations.
Well, tell you what, I'm just going to put you guys on the spot because I've come up with an idea. It's a new year. I want to give our drivers a reward system. Who is getting a gold star from today's race? Which driver along the way today impressed you?
I'm going to cut him first, Oliver Rowland, because
no,
not because he won the race, but because he waited, he took his attack mode late, then there was a red flag where a lot of his attack mode was eaten up, and he only had like a minute and a half or something like that, and he still managed to pass 3 excellent drivers, 3 former world champions on 1 lap to win a race where he went over the line with like 0.1% energy, like just perfect strategy, and it required him to drive well as well. So not just because he won.
Fine.
I'm going to split my gold star in 2. And I'm going to...
You can't go splitting gold stars.
I just came up with.
Okay, well, I spoke to Nick De Vries. He went from 14th to 8th in that race. Very impressive for Mahindra. That's back-to-back points scoring positions for him. But also I feel like Stoffel van Dorn also went a bit under the radar. He had a great comeback drive, so maybe between the two of them.
I'm going to go with Nico Müller. I mentioned him already. Really impressed with the way he's now starting to settle into the team, finding his groove. I think he deserves it.
Before Jeddah, by the way, we need to discuss this splitting stars thing.
Yeah, there's
Because
a bit of an issue.
I think it's
Bit
going
of
to be
an issue.
2-1 against it, but yeah, I think Nick and Miller makes sense.
Thank you, Jonas. Thank you, Katie. And thank you for joining us. That's it from us here in Mexico City. We go to Jeddah next. This is our first ever visit to the track. And what better way to spend your Valentine's Day than with Formula E? Rounds 3 and 4, under the lights. Do not miss it.
Formula E makes a pilgrimage to the Saudi Arabian coast. We're under the lights in Jeddah.
I think we're in for a show.
A brand new circuit for 2025.
This is proper racing.
The first of 6 doubleheader weekends this season.